Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my Christmas train using this wooden pallets. And of course, if you don't want to use wooden pallets, you can go ahead and buy the crates already made. I know they for sure have some at Walmart, maybe Michael's and Hobby Lobby, or even your Facebook marketplace. Just go ahead and type wooden crates and see what comes out. But since me and my husband had so many of these wooden pallets here at home, we're going to go ahead and utilize it. So for this first step, all we're doing is cutting this wooden pallet right in half. As you can see here, we're only cutting this half on the side of the thicker wood in the bottom. And once we've gotten those loose, we're going to go ahead and flip it around, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And when you're cutting the other side, make sure you're cutting the woods from the same side and not the opposite side, because you want to have two halves of this wood. And now here, all I'm going to do is count 3 planks down, and then I'm going to cut right in the middle, because these 3 planks is what's going to be our wall for the crate. And I'm going to make sure we also detach it from the other side, just like this. And also here we have 1, 2, 3 pieces. And then we continue the process until you count every 3 and then cut it, and then 3 and then cut it. That way you end up with pieces that look like these. These pieces were all from the first half, and now the second half we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. Count 3, then cut, 3, then cut. Now that we are done cutting our pieces, we are now going to start removing the 2 back pieces. Don't worry about the front side yet. We're going to do that in the next step. But for right now, we want to remove these 2 pieces because that's going to be our sides for the box. And you want to remove these as gently as possible because you do not want to break them to pieces, because we are going to need them. Okay, now that we're about to be done and removing both pieces, this is what you should have so far. And then now that middle plank, you guys can see that there's no gap in between the last 2. So all I'm going to do is just remove the middle piece with the hammer nice and gently. And then we're going to flip the pallet around, and we're going to go ahead and space it evenly now. And we're going to hammer it right in. You don't have to do this step, but I did it because I wanted it to look more evenly spaced. And now that we're done, you should have a piece that looks just like this. Now set that aside so we can do the rest. I'm just going to fast forward you guys so you can see me do this one in faster time, but you're going to do the exact same thing. Remove the back 2 pieces, set them aside, hit off that middle piece, flip the pallet around, and then recenter it to your liking. Hammer it right back on. Then we're done. Remember the 2 pieces that we removed from the other side in the beginning? You're going to grab those 4 pieces we removed, and you're going to cut them down to 1 foot and 2 inches, because that's the width that I wanted for these crates. And of course, the measurements are just going to depend on how wide, long you're going to want these things, but this is just the measurements I'm using. We have the pieces cut down. We're going to start assembling our wooden crate. So we're going to pick up your 2 pieces, 3 sides facing out, and then you're going to go ahead and attach our 2 pieces to the outside. And for this specific wood, we did pre-drill a hole before we put the actual screw, so the wood wouldn't crack on us. And we're going to repeat the process until we're done with our first 2 crates. So this step, I'm just going to fast forward you guys so you can see me do the 4 pieces on all sides. There's no measurements for these gaps because it's just going to depend on you how much you want to have. Okay, we are finally done with making our first crate, and this is how it's looking. I think it came out super good, and it was very easy to do as long as you just follow the steps. And if you have any questions, let me know on the bottom. On to our second pallet. You guys remember here, this side, these 2 pieces do not have a thick side like this right here. So what we're going to want to do is do the exact same thing. Remove the back 2 pieces, the same as we did in the beginning. And now here you guys are going to see me do the exact same thing. And out of 1 pallet, we were able to make 2 crates. We possibly could have made 3, but we needed those extra scraps of wood to go ahead and do all the sides, like how you guys saw me doing. Now for the important part. Like I told you guys, this side of the pallet did not have a hard piece. So from the random scraps of wood, we went ahead and cut down the same height as the other side. And we're going to go ahead and just screw down those 3 planks into it. That way it gives us a hard piece to work. That's going to create our side to be able to attach our other panel to this to create our crate. Now that we're done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. See how those have their big pieces and this side doesn't. So we just use a piece of those planks and attach them to the thing to go ahead and create our wall. And now we're going to do the exact same thing. Grab those 2 pieces of wood that we took out in the beginning, cut them down to 1 foot and 2 inches. And then we're going to go ahead and just hammer them into the sides like you saw me do before. Okay, now that our 3 crates are done, which took a pallet and a half to do these 3 crates, I'm going to go ahead and start measuring up 2 feet from the ground to start the roof of our train. And here, these are just some random woods that I already had laying around there, not from the pallet. Now that we're done cutting all 4 pieces, we're going to go ahead and start screwing them into our crate. These are 2 feet tall, and this is going to be the legs to our roof, and this is how it's looking so far. The same pieces of wood, we're gonna go ahead and screw these sides in, and we cut these pieces down 6 inches. And now we're gonna go ahead and add in our front pieces to complete our box, and this one was measuring at 1 foot and 2 inches. Once we've cut both of our pieces, we're gonna go ahead and screw them, one in the front and then one in the back. Now that we're done with that, you know how in the front of the train there's a little pipe where like the smoke comes out? We went ahead and used this thick pipe that we had here in our home already, but of course you can use like a Pringles can or a bean can or anything. And then we're just gonna go ahead and screw it right onto the front of our train. We did measure ours about 6 inches, but this is just gonna depend on what you're using and how tall you want it to be. This is how it's looking so far. And now we're gonna be starting our roof. We are using a piece of plywood we had here at our home, but of course you can go ahead and use those pieces of pallets to do the top. Now I'm just gonna fast forward you guys so you can see us measure and cut the wood to size, and all we're gonna do is just screw it right onto the top. With some of the scraps left from the pallet, we're gonna go ahead and cut some pieces down to 11 inches each, and then we're gonna go ahead and make them into a triangle, and this is gonna be the front part of our train. And for this you can do whatever size you want. We just went ahead and did 11. Now that we're done screwing the two pieces together, we're gonna go ahead and attach it right to the bottom of our train. That we're done with that, we're gonna go ahead and start measuring out some pieces of wood for the top of our caboose, because I did not want to have no holes there. So with the same random pieces of pallet that we had left, measure, cut, and screw to the top of this train. I thought when we started doing this idea it was going to be a lot harder, but I promise it's not as hard as it looks. It's very easy to recreate. Now we're going to be finishing up the front of our box. We're going to be using some random pieces of pallet we had left and random woods to go ahead and close up the box in front. And all we're doing here is just measuring. We're going to cut and then screw the pieces down. Now that we're done with all of the wood details, this is how it's looking so far. Right now we're gonna start on the tires. We're gonna do tires on each side of the crate, so we ended up doing 12 wood rounds, and this size is really just gonna depend on what size tires you want for this. I just went ahead and used a tin lid and then my flower pot to measure out the tires. And for this step you don't have to use wood for the tires. You can just use an actual little mini tire if you can find some. And now here we're just checking that we like the sizes before we go ahead and screw them right on. And since we did want the train to look like it was actually driving and floating in the air, we did leave these wooden rounds about 5 inches from the bottom. That way these wood rounds hold up the train, because if you were to flush these together with the crate, it's gonna look like the train is on the floor compared to like actually floating up in the air. Repeat the process all around until we're done adding all the tires. And now we are finally done building this thing, and this is the final result of the wooden portion of this DIY video. I think this train came out super awesome, and I know it's gonna look better right now when we start painting it in our Christmas themed colors. But for those of you who are just here to watch the wood portion, here it is, all nice and complete. Now onto the painting portion of the video. We are going to start off by painting all the crates in white. That way when we spray paint, the colors can look nice and vibrant. And I did go to Walmart and we did pick up a regular white outdoor paint for this. Okay, now that our white paint is all dry, we're going to go ahead and start painting our main train first. And this year's theme, I wanted to do elves. I have never done a elves theme here in my home before, so I thought this would be the greatest opportunity. So I went ahead and just got red, a very light green, and then we left some pieces of white on here. I put so much thought into making this because there was so many other themes I wanted to do. But I figured I have never done an elf theme here in my home before, so I thought this would be a neat idea. And these colors match really well with that theme. Now that I'm done painting my main train, I'm going to go ahead and start decorating my little crate. So here I'm just going to be putting pieces of tape, and then I'm going to start spray painting into each indent that we left uncovered. And this is going to give me that candy cane effect that I was looking for. I'm going to set it aside to dry. And now for our last crate, we're going to go ahead and do the two top bars green and then the bottom bar red. And we're going to put that aside to dry. And now for this piece of the train, we were going to leave it white, but then we both decided it would be better if it was all red. And which it was a completely good decision, because you guys will see how it came out at the end. And now for the tires, I really wanted candy cane tires, so this was the best option we figured to make, which was putting a bunch of tape down and then cutting out each piece separately. And then once we do that, we're going to go, and you want to let this completely dry before you peel off the tape. So now this is dry for us. We're going to start peeling it off so you guys can see how it looks. And the pieces you're peeling off, do not throw them away. You're going to use them to continue the next tires. The brown that's still showing, I do go over it again with white. This is how it's looking so far. Now that my crate is dry, I'm going to start peeling off every single piece of tape and also the tape for my tires. As you can see here, as soon as I'm peeling it off, we're going to go ahead and layer it back to the other tires. And now for my main train, I wanted to do green and white candy cane colors because I feel like this train needed to have candy cane wheels so it can stand out a lot more. The final step is painting the back of this crate green. And now here is the finished product of my Christmas train. Oh, I so love this. I think it came out so good. Everything about this to me screams bright and Merry Christmas and elves and all the good things. And if you guys are wondering, for the front train, we did paint the other side exactly the same, except for the back two crates, we left them white. Because I do not plan on putting this away when the season is over, I am going to be leaving it out against my fence right here. The color side to the fence. That way, the other half will just be all white. And then I can add in like whatever flowers are coming out around spring, summer, and then fall of next year. But these could be very easy to store in a storage if you stack the last two on top of each other and put those right on top of the roof of the first train. That way you can have them take up less floor space. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see how I finish off this train when I put it out in my front gate. I'm going to be adding some details, some elves, and Santa's little toy bag. And I'm going to make some train tracks for this train as well. I didn't want to add it to this video because then it was going to be way too long. But like always, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any questions. I'm going to go ahead and leave my Christmas playlist here at the end so you can go ahead and give that a watch.